There's basically a door on the right hand side there, and there was 3 doctor type, scientist types in white lab coats, and there was 2 other people, and we were lined up against the wall like this.
Yeah.
And there was another room just next to it on the left. We were taken in, and there were 3 pods in that room lined up. They looked like kind of small telephone boxes, but they were humming with like ELF, like radio waves, like that. And they took the woman that was next to me, sort of, she was about 40, blonde hair. They took her, and as the pod was, as it was humming, as she was getting led to it, she started to seem to be having an orgasm, and started to get like really sexually aroused. And as she got in, she was like begging to be put in it. As she got closer, and through my research, I found they've got these machines that artificially enhance the orgasmic state. Well, basically, psychic energy and sexual energy is one and the same. So they're increasing sexual energy, and that increases the psychic energy.
Yeah.
That's basically it. And then they put her in. She was in it for about a minute, then they took her out, and then they put me in it.
Yeah.
Took me out, and then the doctor said to me, "Oh, we've just installed a Proteus program into you, and these are the Proteus labs." That's what he said.
Right.
Because in a lot of the military abductions, they explain to me what's going on, why they're happening. They tell me what's going on. They say, "This is the net. This is called this. This is we're in this place."
So what is the Proteus project or the program they put into you?
It's a super soldier project. Proteus is a Greek word and means the first of a kind.
Yeah.
They're creating like a new race of sleepers, Manchurian candidates, psychic abilities. They want to use them for the New World Order. They're waiting to go into action. Certain things happen, and then just after we came out the pods, we were taken into the room. And the scientist walked over to the door on the right and opened it and brought out these deformed humans, like horrible genetic sort of lumps on their head and like sort of elongated arms, things like that. They were human, they weren't aliens, they were just genetically deformed. And then we were up against the wall again, and they brought them in front of us, and the doctor said to the one that was opposite me, he said, "You have to go close to his face and speak to him in his face, or he will go into denial that this is happening, and the programming won't take properly."
Right.
So this deformed human come close to my face, started swearing at me in my face, and I could speak English, and like had a British accent.
Yeah.
And I was trying to shout, like tell it to fuck off.
Yeah.
But I couldn't speak. Like this, I was like paralysed. I couldn't speak. And basically these deformed humans, they look like John Merrick, the Elephant Man. And after this experience happened, I started researching what Proteus means. I'd never heard the word before. I found out that it's a Greek name. It means the first of a kind. And then
this is August of 2006.
Yeah, latter part of August. Yeah. And they look like John Merrick, the Elephant Man. So I started researching a bit about John Merrick, and I found out that his condition was called the Proteus syndrome, and it had been coined by a Jewish doctor. And this is what these things look like. And then Barry King told me that RAF Lacanheath is connected to the Project Mannequin.
Yeah.
You know, the base there, they take a lot of the people there for programming genetic enhancements. And I said, I spoke to an NSA contact, and I said, I was in the Proteus labs. I was taken there by aircraft. In 2006, I said to him, where's the Proteus labs? And he checked his computer and he said, it's a facility called Monsoon 1. Yeah. And I said, where's Monsoon 1? Because that's underneath RAF Lacanheath. And then Barry King had told me, if Lackney is part of Project Mannequin.
So that was one of the 4 abductions last year.
Yeah. Basically, there was harassment in in the evenings by MIBs.
What do they look like?
These were just, again, special forces guys that were dressed in black uniforms with no insignia on. The same guys the same type of uniforms I saw the guys in the Firefly wearing. I stayed at a friend's in Southampton just before this, and we stayed in a jewellery shop. He's got a jewellery shop there. We stayed there, and we were there, and we were going off, like looking at military bases and like off sort of orb, taking photographs of orbs and stuff like that. And I left, and that night he was asleep in the shop, and these 2 guys in these black military uniforms stood outside his shop, and they what they were doing was he's got these metal shutters in front of his shop, and they're not electronically controlled. You have to pull them up and down with your hands. And they were standing there, and they were using some sort of psychic abilities, and they were lifting the shutters up telepathically. The shutters were standing there, and the shutters were coming up and then going and crashing down, and coming up and going and crashing down.
What age of people were these?
The 2 guys.
Yeah.
One of them was really big. One of them was about 6'3", like really muscular. He was a white guy. They said they're around their 30s. Another guy was smaller, Asian. And but Sahel was asleep. But what happened was all the neighbours came out, because it's a small little Asian community in Southampton. And all the neighbours came out, and what's the noise about? And ended up 40 neighbours outside the shop. When all the neighbours came out, these guys slipped off, but the shutters carried on coming up and coming down, and they did that for an hour, just going up and down themselves. And then the police ended up getting called, and the police were trying to get everyone to calm down, because everyone's freaking out. It's like quite a Muslim religious community. Everyone's really freaking out. And the police said, no, these are on electronic shutters, that they've got to be. And they said the battery should run out, because it's been doing it for an hour now. And they said, no, there's no electronic control. You can only do it by hand, because this isn't right. And
you told them this?
No, this was the neighbours said this to the police. Yeah, because they know my friend.
Yeah.
They could go in the shop. They carried on for about 2 hours, going up and down, slamming down. In the end, it stopped, and they went. And then the police came to my friend's next day, and were asking him questions. And then they checked the camera, CCT, and the video footage had shut down. The time the 2 guys in black come outside, and then my friend was all freaked out. He went to stay at his mum's, and then the next night they got a report of another disturbance outside, and the police pulled up in a van, and there was 4 mummies outside the shop dancing. 4 mummies in like proper mummies, outside, like in a circle dancing outside the shop. And the neighbours, there was about 20 eyewitnesses, saw the mummies outside the shop, and they danced for about 10 minutes. The police were too scared to get out of the van that's in front of the shop. Then they just went poof and just disappeared. In my understanding, that's like NSA hologram, Project Bluebeam. It's like psychological warfare stuff. They use a lot of holographic stuff.